10 days left until August 21. Tony Abbott has comprehensively outpointed Julia Gillard at Rooty Hill RSL Club tonight. Mr Abbott was on home turf and had a friendly series of questions asked by members of the audience. He seemed to grow in confidence as the questions unfolded across the course of the hour that he was up in front of them tonight. Ms Gillard, on the other hand, faced a hostile audience who asked her a series of difficult questions, and she acquitted herself well. However, Ms Gillard seemed to revert to the old Julia by about halfway through her allotted hour on stage. It was more like she was answering questions at a press conference rather than genuinely engaging with the audience. Mr Abbott, on the other hand, I think, won the audience from the moment he stepped down off the stage and stood amongst the people and declared, "I've done this many times before in my electorate. Let's go. Let's talk to me." Mr Abbott didn't shy away from saying no to people, nor did Miss Gillard. Both of them have clearly been briefed that this is the best way to appear authentic to people when they're in these sorts of situations. The implications, I think, for the election for the next 10 days, look, they probably shouldn't be overstated. Mr Abbott, as I said, was on home turf. He did acquit himself very well tonight. I mean, Tony being Tony is one of his strengths. It's one of his fortes. Ms Gillard, at her best, can match him, but tonight she wasn't at her best. I think with the news poll sitting at the moment, 52-48 in Ms Gillard's favour, it's going to be a close-run thing. Tonight's debate will not change the result of the election. It will, however, have given Australians a better glimpse of who these two people are who want to be Prime Minister. In a sense, we've had two opposition leaders running in this campaign because of the sort of brutal nature of Mr Rudd's removal from office. Australians will have received a better example, a better feel for who these two candidates are tonight, but I don't think it will have been conclusive. Interesting questions that were asked. I think the question about gay marriage was probably the curliest one to Ms Gillard. It's probably a minority issue out there in the community. There's a strong but vocal minority out there in the community who support the idea of giving gay people equal rights in marriage. Ms Gillard trotted out the standard party line and didn't really sound that convincing. Mr Abbott, on the other hand, didn't really face any tough questions. He was pushed on broadband a couple of times and what he would do to improve broadband in Australia. He didn't give a good answer. He, in the end, returned back to Liberals' narrative about debt and deficit and the need to keep spending under control. As he said to the swing voter who was asking him at the time, if this is going to make up your mind, then look, ultimately you'll probably have to not vote for Labor, don't vote for me, which was an honest answer, and I think it played well. Overall, as I say, I think it points to Mr Abbott on the night.